Hello, everyone, and welcome to Donna's Evidence Part 5. And I just want to say a big shout out to Mentor Lawyer for purchasing the new iCloud data, which has Donna's text messages, which we heard in the jail phone calls, some of those with her butt dial, as we call it. Some of us call it that. This is going to concern all of the evidence that I'm aware of so far going into Donna's trial. And up to this point, we have, this is a 5-part series going into Donna's trial. A lot of this looks really, really bad. I think some of the most incriminating are the wiretaps and the checks to Katherine and the washing of the money, the recorded call to the FBI, birthday code, and the list goes on and on. Anyway, so let's just go on, and I'm going to show those pieces of evidence at the end, parts 1 through 4, but this is part 5, and this mostly is consisting of this new evidence that Mentor Lawyer dropped recently. And I wanted just to share with you guys the parts that jumped out the most to me. And with going into the trial, this case management hearing was really interesting. I'm going to do another breakout video about that, but just going to kind of share with you all the things that jumped out the most to me about this new evidence and the text messages that they found on Donna's phone right after Charlie's trial, after Charlie's conviction. Donna says to Wendy on November 6th, right after Charlie was convicted, Donna says, "Your brother protected you!" ! That one really stuck out to me. And she says, I'm not even sure who she's saying this to, but it was November 7th. She says, "I'm trying to get a fast track emergency visa for Vietnam. I wanted the fastest I could get it." Very incriminating. And November 7th, she says, "I'm making plane reservations dependent on when I can get this visa. So I don't know how quickly I can get this. Then I can make my reservation." And I believe some of these she's talking to a travel specialist, a Vietnam travel specialist. These are really incriminating things because she's we all know it's super incriminating how she got on the flight with Harvey, and we all know that Harvey's probably next. But Donna says to her friend Marty on November 7th, "My daughter just texted me not to talk about the case. How about not calling us to see how we are after my son getting a death sentence? Did she not want to see her father banging on the floor and crying?" Well, maybe Donna and Harvey are a little upset thinking that they're next, and knowing that a lot of people want them to be held accountable for their participation in the murder of Dan Markel. And then Donna goes on and on about in her own personal notes on November 8th, right after Charlie's conviction, just saying picking the jury was terrible, not a jury of his peers. So a little shade thrown at Dan Rashbaum. I thought that was very interesting. And some other things that stuck out to me was Donna's phone call to Janice on November 10th, 2023, about she wants to remove some things from the safe, probably passports or something, money. Everything's just very enmeshed in this family. So wouldn't surprise me if they were looking into maybe talking to Janice a little bit about what was in the safe. I also thought it was really interesting in Donna's notes on November 8th, 2023, when she said W made her way back to civilization. I'm not sure Donna appreciated Wendy saying Donna's emails were totally bonkers. Lots of incriminating things, including Donna just saying some really depressing things about wanting to be buried in the bar mitzvah dress that she was going to wear to Lincoln's bar mitzvah. Just a bunch of really incriminating things about how Charlie protected Wendy and how ungrateful Wendy is. Let's also not forget the Continuum condo documents that they're looking over And the motive to get Wendy down to South Florida, to get the boys in a very prestigious school, and to get Wendy dating and in the Miami scene like they all wanted. Let's go ahead and take a look at all the evidence concerning Donna Adelson in parts 1 through 4 right now. And I just wanted to do a recap of the evidence that I myself personally have gathered. If you guys can think of any more evidence concerning Donna Adelson in her upcoming trial, please post it below. Let me first go over the evidence concerning Donna in part 1. The consecutive checks, or just the paychecks to Katherine Magbanua from the Adelson Institute. Pretty incriminating. All of the evidence of Katie not working in the office. We have the email with the subject line, "Please read, very important." The wiretaps concerning Charlie and Katherine talking about the Adelson Institute. Any wiretaps concerning Donna. We have the Best Buy appointment. The scheduling of the Best Buy appointment by Donna. And the Lacoste statement said Wendy said that his family had looked into all options and was going to hire a hitman, or the bad joke, etc. So part 2, I played more wiretaps, the one concerning the two of us, and talking in code, the TV code, the one where Charlie says, "I wouldn't worry." Part 3, we have, moving into Charlie's trial, some things that we learned about the birthday code, the recorded call to the FBI agent where Donna says, "It wasn't me," and the one that I had way too much fun reenacting, a washing of the money, cash deposits that I still think there's more interesting information about cash deposits within the Adelson family, avoiding the depositions, also the 500 plus jail phone calls to Charlie. I think it's about 1,000 by now. And having the same lawyer as Charlie for the past 7 years. Now that brings us to part 4. Thank you for listening to the recap. One thing I forgot to mention was the haunting from the grave comment that was a motion put forward by Charlie's defense to not have June Mchenda talk about the haunting from the grave comment. I'm not sure that they'll probably try to do the same in Donna's upcoming trial, but it'd be interesting to see if they allow it. Her, of course, fleeing to Vietnam is very incriminating, with a one-way ticket with her husband, Harvey, who's a co-conspirator. The jail calls, talking to Charlie, who's a co-conspirator, talking about getting all their assets together, the almost 1,000 calls by now to Charlie, and her unalive threats. Why would an innocent person threaten to unalive herself? And then getting her finances in order. That's looking pretty incriminating as well. And also the whole idea of this was to get the boys. So of course she wants to get them the most benefit from this crime and her life as possible, which is just so sick that they put these children before everything in their whole family and life. And also wanted to mention, Donna has been on the FBI watch list. I found that on a background check that I had purchased a while ago, which I did for Donna, Harvey, Wendy, and Charlie, and they were all on the FBI watch list being surveilled for quite some time. And also another thing that makes Donna look pretty bad is her and Harvey not attending Charlie's trial whatsoever. It's just something that crossed my mind. And I'm also working on checking the Leon County Jail to make sure we'll do Donna's file and also Donna's phone calls to see who's picking up the phone. More information to come and more updates. Thank you so much for watching and liking and subscribing. Have a wonderful day.